make the bad man stop.
Hi everyone, this is Tim on Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports. Talking to Tim. We're doing an early show. I guess it's early because it's very early in the morning. I'm doing this because I got a lot to do on this Thursday with Christmas Eve right around the corner and the family and everything else going on. So we're not going to have any other videos besides this one today. We will do the stream on Sunday, and we'll get back to your regularly scheduled program after the holidays, because you know what? It's the holidays. Just like you, I don't expect you to be on YouTube. I don't expect you to get the clicks, the likes, the bleeps, and the bloops. I expect you to go out there and enjoy the holiday, enjoy the family, visit a friend, have a good time, enjoy life. The Giants aren't real. I still think they're pretend. Because only a pretend organization could be this bad. I want to talk about the Tyler Dunne piece, editorial, whatever you want to call it. I didn't do a video on it. I'm really not going to do a video on it. Because you know what? I'm not going to buy into the stupidity. Sorry. People saw this and ran with it. And if you actually read the story and paid the $4.99 or whatever I had to pay to read the whole article, yes, I paid the money. It's all innuendos. It's all from alleged ex-employees. Last time I checked, if you're an ex-employee of anywhere, not just a football organization, a lot of times you're bitter. There's no sources. There's no direct quotes that makes, from inside the organization for anyone sits there and goes, wow, this is all news. This is all right. Tyler Dunne is the founder of basically what they refer to as a sports newsletter. Go Long. And this is what Go Long is a daily newspaper publication that covers, daily newsletter publication that covers pro football in a unique way. Counts on insight, profiles, and heavily reported enterprising stories right in your mailbox all year long. Da-da-da! Da-da-da! This dude was a beat writer Bill's beat writer for Buffalo News for a year. And then he worked for Bleacher Report in the New York area. So we're just going to take everything he says as gospel. Because that's what people do. Damn the facts. We all know Gettleman sucks. We all know this franchise has been run into the ground. It's not just by Gettleman. And to think that you can rely on this information as gospel and then run with it, I don't know who's dumber. I can understand the fans, getting involved in it because you're a fan. That's what you do. But people in the media, man, I'm seeing shit online and shit in newspapers and stuff like, guys, this guy writes a newsletter. He writes a freaking newsletter. That's all I got to say about that. All right, the New York Giants, of course, going to be taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia. That should be fun. That should be a matchup. That should be the clash of the Titans, the Philadelphia Eagles. Of course, they are 7-7, and the Giants, looking for a hunt into the playoff spot. The Giants, of course, are looking for a hunt to find a higher draft choice. It's difficult to believe that we have fallen this far. That we have gone the way of the dodo, gone the way of the water buffalo. Sorry, I don't know if the water buffalo is extinct. I don't know. But at this point in time, we have just kind of, as a military aviator term would be, we screwed the pooch a bunch of times the last 10 years. But don't worry, Tyler Dunne broke it all down for you. And it's time to move on. It's time to replacement. I still think that Malik Willis is the guy. I still think that we need him as a quarterback. Daniel Jones has come out and said he still thinks he's the option for this team, that he still thinks he's the right guy for this team. Well, you know what? You're just as delusional as Joe Judge and Svi. You've shown nothing in 3 years. It's time to move on. It's time to progress. It's time to get out of the regression and move into the progression, or pregression, whatever the hell it's called. I'm so tired, guys. Tired and ornery. And FYI, it's not a syndicated radio show. I'm telling you that right now. Tell you right now, unless you live in upstate New York and Canada, you're gonna have a hard time getting the channel. And it's fill-ins 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. That means when somebody's sick or on vacation, I come on the air and fill in. And of course, they've said that if my melodious voice translates well, that I may be doing fill-ins for drive time and afternoons. And then they said to me, Tim. And I said, yes. I don't know why they talk like this, because I don't talk like this. They say, Tim. And I say, yes. They go, do you know hockey? And I was like, sure. It's a game with the puck. I really don't know a lot about hockey. I like hockey. I'm not a big follower of hockey. But evidently, I need to brush up on hockey. But we're going to have a big, big announcement January 14th. We're going to have a build up to it. We got to get the legal wranglings taken care of. That's the biggest issue. We got to get the legal aspect taken care of. And then there's licensing and stuff like that. So there's no licensing to be on the radio anymore. No license to be on the radio anymore. I didn't know that. But we got a whole bunch of legal wrangling that needs to be done before any announcements or press releases will be made. There'll be no press release. I'll do my own press release. I'll quote myself and post it on Twitter. It's not that big of a deal for them. It's a big deal. It's a big deal for me, but not a big deal for them. But what do the Giants do? Do they go quarterback? I know people say this is a weak quarterback class. I don't personally believe it's a weak quarterback class just because the fans say it is. I don't believe that. I see the prognosticators, a lot of them saying there are some talent in this round. Malik Willis. Someone said this may be the first year in years that a quarterback has not gone in the first round. I don't see that. I think there's too much of a need and there's too much of a talent. But if the Giants do get a quarterback, and let's say he's Malik Willis, what do they do from there? What do they go from there? What do we do? Because Malik's probably not ready to start by week 1. I personally think you need to find a stopgap guy. Said that a million times. And if you look at the marketplace right now, Russell Wilson's not going to be a stopgap guy. I don't see it. If Seattle decides to trade him, we're not giving away assets. If they cut him, which they're not going to, then I would see it as an option, but we're not doing it. And then you got Deshaun Watson out there, but there's just so many legal issues with Deshaun Watson. It shouldn't even be a thought process. And I don't think that the Giants are dumb enough to bring in Watson into New York. He's got character issues. He's a talent. Don't get me wrong. He's a massive talent, high profile. But there's just too many. Unless all these issues somehow just go away, I don't see it. I don't see it. What's it? You got Jameis Winston who's coming off the injury. He kind of scaled down himself a little bit and threw 14 touchdowns and just 3 interceptions and 7 starts with the Saints. He was going 5-2. He's only 27 years old, and he's got to bounce back from the ACL. But do you really want to bring in a guy coming off an ACL? Did we not learn our lessons with guys coming back from injuries and giving them money? He could be a backup, but I think Jameis is going to want to be a starter. I think he's going to want to try to compete with the Saints. I think he's going to try to keep himself in that area. Then you got to think about maybe Teddy Bridgewater, because there's all the scuttlebutt that the Broncos are going to be moving on from Teddy Bridgewater. They're going to draft a quarterback. He's 29 years old. He's good. He's not great. He would be a great stopgap guy for the Giants. Not anything future. No long-term plans. Same with someone like Tyrod Taylor. He was a starter, of course, for a bunch of seasons. I think 3 or 4 with the Bills. He threw 50 in that time. I know he threw 51 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. He's 32 though. Backup, yes. Stopgap. He's been a stopgap for a while, and he hasn't been working out. Mitchell Trubisky's always coming to mind. He's a former second overall pick. He's been bad at times, but he's also been good at times. He was not really favorably viewed in Chicago, and he is 27, but he did put up some numbers. He has made the playoffs, and you got Jacoby Brissett as well, and the likes of Cam Newton. I don't want Jacoby. I wanted Cam. I admitted I wanted Cam. I did a video about I want Cam, and then the Panthers picked him up. I thought he'd be a perfect backup to Daniel Jones, because if Daniel Jones went down with injury, like we all knew he would, he would be a guy that can come in and win some games, and he did that with Carolina. I don't think he's ready to be, relegated back to the backup role, but he would be interesting as a stopgap guy. We've got someone like Malik Willis. My pick has always been, going back 2 years now, is Marcus Mariota, 28 years old, second overall pick, 2015 draft he was. I would say, I guess he really never lived up to his he didn't love up either. I don't know. He never lived up to his expectations. He wasn't bad. He can throw. He can run. Health is always sometimes an issue. Is he a quarterback of the future? No, but I said when they first released him Sign him. Did a whole video about it. Sign him. Bring him in. Let him compete with Daniel Jones, and you hope Daniel Jones can beat out Marcus Mariota. If not, then you just dump him like they did to Josh Rosen in Arizona. You keep Marcus till you find a quarterback. I think, though, he's going to want money. And, money's something we do not have. But like I've said it before, and I've said it now going back 2 years, go watch the video. That's what I love about YouTube. You could say stuff, and it stays there unless you delete it. So you can tell people, go back and watch this video. A lot of times I post the links to the videos so people could apologize. They never do. But it's all good. It's Christmas. It's all good. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun this year. We're gonna do a bunch of giant stuff. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting YouTube. I may do less videos because of the fact that I may not have time to do a daily video, but I'm not quitting. I'm not going away. There'll still be like 3 videos a week, maybe 2 streams a week, depending on how everything goes with the radio. But I'm not quitting. I'm not going anywhere. You need me. You need people like me. So you can punch your finger and say, there he is. That's the right guy. Because he's always right. Sorry, I was a bad Tony Montana today. I usually do Tony Montana much better. It's my Hispanic heritage. But you know what, guys? It's the holidays. It's Christmas. And it's the Christmas wish from Online Big Blue. Once again, people need to stop moving potentially false information to have things on the air, to have things in the paper, to post things on Twitter. A source that says they are an ex-employee and gives no other information probably is not the best source in the world, because we all know ex-employees usually aren't the happiest employees. So just remember this in this holiday season. I'm awesome. Just kidding, guys. I want to thank everyone again for putting up with me for a year, another year now. Another year in the books. We're going to have another year coming up. We'll have our video on Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on in. We're going to talk Giants. We're going to talk Eagles. I may try to do a video on Friday. I doubt it, though. But you know what? I never did an Eagle video. But I got to do an Eagle video. But again, everyone, if I don't see you till Sunday, have yourself a happy holidays. Have yourself a Merry Christmas. Have yourself a happy Hanukkah. Have yourself a happy Kwanzaa. Whatever you celebrate, just be good to yours and others. Because you know what? In the end, they'll be good to you. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best of Christmas entertainment. And once again, thank you.